Hey everyone, Brittany here and welcome back to week 27 and week 28 of my pregnancy updates. So I'm combining weeks 27 and 28. I've been kind of alternating having just the singular weeks by themselves and then sometimes combining them. I find that if I have 2 weeks that are pretty similar together and I miss the first part of the update, that I will usually just go in and just combine them. I feel like it makes it a little bit easier, a little bit more convenient. Yeah, hopefully you guys are okay with that because that's probably something I'll continue just to keep doing until the end of my pregnancy. So I cannot believe that we are in my 3rd trimester. Yes, that is right. I am in my 3rd trimester and this is just like the last few months of just how my life is right now. It's just so crazy that my pregnancy is at this point, and I know a lot of people keep saying, Brittany, this has gone by so fast, your pregnancy's gone so fast. I feel like I've been pregnant forever just because I feel like I've been through so many different random life events that I'm just pregnant. I'm just pregnant all the time, and I'm kind of ready to be in my 3rd trimester, and I'm so anxious and so excited to finally get to meet Emerson and just to have him here. So I'm ready. I'm totally ready. So I'm gonna start off with my symptoms from week 27. And I think the biggest thing was probably how tired I was. And that has kind of translated more into week 27 to week 28 together. I feel like I just hit this like rough patch and sleep has been really, really difficult. I am waking up so much throughout the night. I'm having a hard time just staying asleep and falling asleep. My brain is just going. And then my body is exhausted and is like, please, please let me sleep. But my brain just is not having it. I feel like I've been running on such little sleep. And I'm hoping that in week 29 it will kind of hopefully get better. But yeah, week 27, week 28 was just a lot of just being tired. I've been taking a lot more naps, which isn't helping for when I go to bed at night. I'm just trying to get everything back on track with sleeping, trying to get back into just a calming night routine, and just trying to relax before bed and just, yeah, and not just feeling so wired all the time. So hopefully I can get some more sleep soon, because I'm like, this is the time where it's crucial to get the most rest, the most sleep, and I am not getting it. And I know that like it's a normal occurrence. I know that like my bump update app thing has been telling me that you're probably getting less sleep, and I'm just like, how do you know my life so well? Another really major symptom that I'm having is the heartburn. I don't know if it's just because he's gotten bigger and it's just pushing everything up, but my heartburn has been insane. There's been a couple of days where I've had to take 4 or 5 Tums because I was in so much pain. And I'm like, I cannot keep doing this. Sometimes I will drink like a glass of milk to kind of help calm everything down, and that tends to help a bit too. But I think my biggest issue has been like water. Water is causing me the most heartburn, and of course I'm pregnant, so I'm drinking and drinking so much water. All I do is drink water. Then I get this crazy heartburn from it, and it just burns and it hurts, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I cannot wait for this to be done. So yeah, that heartburn is really intense. I've also noticed that my skin is starting to clear up. I'm not really having any zits or any pimples or anything like that. And it's kind of been like this for the past couple of weeks. And I didn't know if it was just like because of change in hormones, or if it was just from something new I'm using. I don't know. I don't think I'm really using anything new on my skin. I feel like my skin has been getting better. It's still very dry, like I've been saying in the past couple of updates. My body is just super dry right now. My hair has actually gotten really dry and very coarse. Like the texture of my hair has changed a bit. But my skin is pretty clear, so I'm all for it. I'm like, I hope my skin can stay like this after I have him, because my Braxton Hicks contractions have also gotten not more frequent, but a little bit more intense-ish. I mean, not anything major. If there was anything super crazy going on, of course I would go in and see my doctor or go into the ER if it was necessary and whatnot. I wasn't having pain with any of my Braxton Hicks before. I just got where my stomach got a little tight, a little uncomfortable, and then it would just go away. But I did have one night during my week 28 that I actually had like a little bit of pain, and I was getting really nervous. I was like, oh my gosh. I like read up and everything on it, and if it lasted more than an hour, then I needed to go in either to triage or to the ER or something. Thankfully, it only lasted for about 30 to 40 minutes, but it was just a little bit of just like actual, like not actual contractions. It was still Braxton Hicks because they were not consistent or anything like that, but there was just moments where it was just a little bit actually painful, and I hadn't had that before. So that was a little scary for me. It was just a moment where it was in the evening time. I had just gotten done eating dinner, and then my stomach just, I got this like lower pressure, and then it was just a little bit of tightness and a little bit of like actual contractions. Like I could kind of feel my uterus contracting a bit. So that was like a whole new thing for me. I was like, oh my gosh, this hurts. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I cannot be like going into labor yet. Like we still got so much to do. We got so much time. Like, buddy, you need to stay in there. But yeah, so that was a little scary moment from this past week. But my skin has, because of my stomach getting bigger, has of course been stretching and getting thinner, and it's definitely starting to itch a little bit more. So I try not to itch it with my, or like scratch it with my fingernails, because I do not need like more like stretch marks or anything like that. So sometimes I'll just like rub my stomach and hope that like that helps itch it, hopefully. And sometimes it works. Other times I usually just go and put lotion on or coconut oil on or something like that to get rid of the itchiness. But that's definitely been something that's been more increasing, is just itchier skin on my stomach. Another symptom I have been having is nesting. I want to clean and organize everything. And I do live with my parents right now. Nick and I are staying here temporarily because we're in the process of buying a house and all that crazy stuff. We have 2 rooms that are ours. We have like our bedroom and then like my office kind of area, which I'm in right now. It's kind of like our TV, living room, my closet mixed with my office. Like it's a multi-purpose room right now. I want to go in and just clean everything, organize, and even though it's only 2 rooms, I just want to like scrub everything down and just like tear everything off and just clean it, and I just want to clean. And then I want to go and like clean my mom's like part of the house, my parents' side of the house. I'm like, I want to go clean everything, and not like it's messy or dirty or anything like that. I just want to organize everyone's rooms. I know that there's like a old wives' tale that once you start nesting, that means that you're really close to going into labor. But I've heard of women starting to nest at like 15 weeks. So I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going into labor anytime soon. I think it's just getting to the point that it finally hit me. I'm in my 3rd trimester. This is it, girl. Like, we need to get all the stuff together for Emerson, all the clothes, all the furniture pieces, and just everything I'm going to need. I just need to stock up and just really get organized about it. I've kind of been putting stuff off for the past 2 trimesters. I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't time yet. I felt like, I don't know, I didn't want to like jinx anything. But I mean, now that I'm in my third trimester, it's definitely like time. It's time to just get organized. I started buying some items for his little corner of our bedroom, because he will be in there with us, because there's really no other place to put him for a few months, not too long or anything. And then once we get a house and everything, he'll have his own nursery, his own room, and by then we'll probably be wanting to put him into his own crib and everything. But yeah, so I've just been wanting to clean and organize, but of course I'm gonna be waiting for my baby shower. Everyone keeps telling me, wait for the baby shower because you're going to get so many of everything that you're not even going to need to really stress. So I'm waiting until my baby shower, even though I really want to just go out and buy everything myself right now. But I know that it will definitely be smarter just to wait. In week 28, I have noticed that I started having a little bit more lower pressure. I'm not being able to like walk normal anymore. I kind of have to waddle a little bit. I can't put my feet just like one in front of the other. And I've noticed that like there's just a little bit of like a lower pressure. I think it's just more him getting bigger, he's getting heavier, and I feel like I'm just feeling that just more in my stomach and on my pelvic bone. I can feel like this pressure. So it just means that he's getting bigger, but that's just like another side kind of thing that's been happening as well. So that's mostly it for symptoms. I mean, I've been in mostly like good moods and stuff. I still cry at everything, and I feel like I'm just on a roller coaster all the time, but I feel like I've been in a good mood and I felt happy, and things are just going well. I'm just, getting bigger, just getting more uncomfortable. So I think right now my 3rd trimester is just gonna be my focus of getting everything put together. So I think I'll be doing some videos of some renovation kind of stuff. We bought like his changing table off Craigslist. Hey. And we need to like paint it and change out like the handles and all that stuff. So my mom's gonna be helping me with that, but and Nick too. So I think I'll do maybe like a little transformation video on that because it's not too cute right now and we're gonna make it super cute. And so just kind of show you guys how I'm gonna be organizing the very, very limited space that we have to incorporate a baby into our lives. So I did have a doctor's appointment this last week, and it was actually this past Wednesday, the 24th of May, and so that was right when I started week 28, so it kind of all lined up perfectly. It was a big doctor's appointment. It wasn't one of just my checkups like I normally have every single month. It was my glucose test, which that was fun, and then also I had to get my RHOGAM injection for being O negative. So it was just kind of like a big, huge trip or doctor's appointment. So Nick went with me, and of course we just checked in. I was on time. I was like, heck yes, I'm glad I made it here on time. And they gave me, at my previous doctor's appointment, a month prior, they had given me the glucola, I think is what they call it. It's just like this sugar drink, this like little water bottle kind of shape, and it's just this clear liquid, and I gotta choose between orange and fruit punch. And I decided to go fruit punch because I'd heard the orange is kind of like nasty. So I went with fruit punch. I had to drink that 15 minutes prior to my appointment, or maybe it was 30. I don't remember. I had to drink it before I went into my appointment. And then an hour after drinking that, I had to get my blood drawn and tested. So I drank this stuff, and I was happy that I went with the fruit punch flavor because it tasted just like fruit punch. It tasted like an actual fruit punch drink, whereas I feel like the orange would have probably tasted like orange soda, but like flat because it's not carbonated. But I did make sure to like shake it up real good, put some bubbles in there, and then just chug it. So that's what I did. And then it made me a little dizzy because it's just like sugar and water basically. And it made me just a little sick, a little nauseous. It made my stomach just kind of upset because like it's just, yeah, really sugary. I could definitely feel like my blood sugar rise, and I was just like, oh goodness, like I'm feeling that. So then we checked in, and I met with the nurse, and we just did our regular blood pressure, all that stuff. My blood pressure was perfectly good. It has been this entire pregnancy, so I'm thankful for that. They found the heartbeat, which took a little bit while because they kept going over my placenta, and I was like, oh, I think you need to go to the left a little bit more because my placenta is anterior. And they're like, oh, but it was a nice strong heartbeat. I think it was like 150 something or something like that. So good heartbeat. They also weighed me. That was not fun. So I got weighed, and I had originally told you guys in an update video that I had been only I gained 13 pounds. And then when I got weighed this time, I had overall gained 27 pounds. So I was a little upset about that. I wanted to have still been like in the below 20 mark, or at least at the 20 mark, because I know during my third trimester, I'm going to be gaining so much weight because he's getting bigger and we're just getting to that time. So I was a little bummed out that I had, at this point in my pregnancy at 28 weeks, gained 27 pounds, but everyone reassured me. They said, Brittany, that's okay. My doctor didn't even have an issue with it. It just is what it is, and I'm just gonna have to go with it and just, yeah. Then I just sat and waited for my doctor. She finally came in. We talked a bit. Some of my concerns about the glucose test, I was nervous about it because I really wanted to pass it the first time around and not have to come in for the 3-hour one. And then we also talked about my injection that I was gonna have to get for being O negative. They have to inject positive plasma into me for future pregnancies and stuff. That's a whole nother video that I could talk about. It's a long story, but yeah, so being that I have O negative blood, they have to do some injections and stuff, some preventative measures for future pregnancies of mine. Because my husband we're most likely sure that he's positive. He has a positive blood type. Being that he's positive, I'm negative, that can have some issues in pregnancies. So I got my blood drawn, and they tested the glucose levels, of course. They wanted to check, something else, like my antibodies, or I don't know. She was checking, or maybe it was anemia, and then check my thyroid levels, which is something that she's been monitoring throughout my pregnancy, and all those came back good, I'm pretty sure. They called me last Friday, right before Memorial Weekend, and they didn't really say anything about my glucose test. They just were like, yeah, okay, your thyroid levels, just keep taking the medicine that you're at right now, at that level, cool. And I was like, okay, cool. But I had missed their message, or I had missed the phone call, so they had left a message of it. So I didn't even get to talk. Since they didn't say anything about my anemia levels or my glucose, that I'm guessing it was okay. I still haven't gotten a phone call. It's been over a week now. I haven't gotten a phone call, so I'm assuming I passed my glucose test, but I will update you guys in the next update on if I did or not. After I got my blood taken out of me, then I had to go back over to the nurse, and then they had to give me my injection for my RHOGAM. And normally they put it right a little bit above your butt, and I had read that, you know, being that this is an injection and not like them taking out blood, that it's a little bit more painful. So I convinced the nurse to be able to put it in my arm. I did it in my left arm. At first she was like, oh, sorry, we only do it. And I was like, could you talk to my doctor? Like, could you please just let me get in my arm? Because I knew that I'd be able to move it a lot better, and I would be able to stretch it and stuff so it wouldn't get stiff. My doctor said it was okay. She gave me an injection in my arm, and I actually it hurt while she did it, of course. I could feel that she had pushed in really deep and everything, and like, oh, that just gets me because I hate needles. But I didn't have any pain for days after that. And she had said, you know, keep a warm compress and stuff. I didn't do any of that. I just kept making sure to move my arm. So yeah, it was really great that I didn't have any soreness or stiffness that you usually get after shots and stuff like that. So I'm glad I got on my arm, you know, and I think it was good that I was able to be proactive about my body and like what I was more comfortable doing. Normally that's hard for me. Normally I would just go with whatever they suggest because they're the professionals. I'm not. But I had done my research, and I had read that, you know, you can get it on your butt, or you can get it on your arm, and I was just like, let's do the arm. But yeah, so that was my doctor's appointment. It went decent. It was just a lot of poking and prodding at, which wasn't fun at all. I have a doctor's appointment next week. So now that I'm going every 2 weeks, you guys will be hearing a lot more about my doctor's appointments. So yeah, so I have all those set up for all my 2-week intervals until week 36 or 37. I can't remember. And then after that, I start seeing her weekly until Emerson is born. I think that's about it, all the stuff I wanted to talk about, and we can move on into my bump shot now. Okay, so my tanks are starting to stretch out a little bit too thin. Because everything's just getting tighter. This jacket doesn't even fit me like it used to. But thankfully I still got my maternity jeans. Those are super comfortable. Definitely recommend some if you're getting into your 3rd trimester, because they are so much more comfortable than regular clothes. But anyways, this is my bump, and he's just so big. I say this every single time, but like really though, like he's getting so big. But yeah, so there is my bump. And I forgot to mention this in the symptoms video, or symptoms part of the video. But I have gotten stretch marks now, which I had none at all. I have not had any whatsoever. And now I got some. They're a little bit more on the bottom right here. I don't know if you guys can see or not. I have to like tilt back for you guys to see it. But yeah, I was really bummed. I was like, darn it, I almost got through an entire pregnancy with no stretch marks, but it's okay. But yeah, so, and I've gotten, yeah, they kind of come up like right here, but yeah, so I feel like my stomach's just starting to push out more this way now, instead of wide. I feel like my stomach is like off-centered, and I think that's just how he is sitting right now. But he loves to move. He moves all the time, like almost constantly. So I think he's gonna be a very active one. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this update was a little bit longer than normal, but that's just because I had a lot of stuff to talk about. There was a lot that has happened in the past 2 weeks, and so I just wanted to update you guys all on that. So hopefully that was okay. That was a little bit longer of a video. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also if you're not already subscribed and would like to be, make sure to click that button down below, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye guys.